rhyme with strength. Ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. And you can be next, you better give respect.
Welcome, game trollers, to a new video. In this video, I'll be covering EA Star Wars Battlefronts 1, 2, and 3, my thoughts and ideas for those games. Now, obviously, Star Wars Battlefront 1, I'll be talking about future DLC, possible future DLC for it, and Battlefront 2 and 3, I'll just talk about what possible characters and stuff that they could have. Now, how I think the free games will go. They'll go between the free trilogies. That's something that people haven't really thought about yet. They're just talking about how they want this guy. They want, like, I don't know. They want, say, what's a good example? Like Qui-Gon. Let's say Qui-Gon in in like Battlefront, but that's not really a thing that can happen, because Qui-Gon is, in the prequels. So what I think will happen is, in Battlefront 1, it's the original trilogy, so, Luke and everything, and the Death Star and all that. Then Battlefront 2 will be set in the prequels, and now that's the big one, I feel like, because there's just so many characters in that. Granted, they weren't cool, they weren't good in terms of, acting and stuff, but at least, they were cool, they were characters, they got cool abilities, they looked cool, they had, it was the perfect setup, but, it was just terrible, like, overall. And then Battlefront 3, EA Battlefront 3, will be the sequel trilogy, so, Force Awakens, whatever, Episode 8 is called, and Episode 9. I think that would be it until they make another one. And I think it will go between all the every 2 years. So last year they had Battlefront 1 that coincided with Force Awakens, and it was the original trilogy. Then prequel trilogy is next year, I think, would be with Star Wars Battlefront 2. I don't know if Episode 8 comes out next year too, but anyways, and of course, in 2019, so that works out pretty well, we have Episode 9, I think, and, along with, no, not Episode 9, yeah, it is Episode 9, okay, that works really well, along with Star Wars Battlefront 3, we would have the entire trilogy, and it would sort of go well with the actual game. If they don't have enough stuff and everything, they can just delay it to January, February the next year, so 2020, I think. So I feel like that's how they're gonna handle the releases and how they're gonna handle the characters and everything like that. Now, let's head into the specifics. Now, Star Wars Battlefront 1. EA Star Wars Battlefront 1. You gotta say EA and just not Star Wars Battlefront, because you're talking about the old games. We currently have, on the hero side, we have Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Nien Nunb. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't even know that character is. And then on the villain side, we have Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, Boba Fett, and Greedo, I think it is. And I don't know if he has a last name or not. I'm not that into Star Wars, if you don't know. But those are the current 8 sort of, special characters, I guess, because they're not. I can't really call them heroes, because yeah. Now, just to get into even more specifics, let's talk about their abilities and whatnot. So, start with Emperor Palpatine. I'm getting this from usgamer.net. This is a wonderful article. It looks really organized. Start with Emperor Palpatine's abilities. He has Imperial resources, which is apparently like a power-up. Like, those circles, and they have like a star in the middle, and they give you like a power-up, so like the smart rocket or stuff like that. Basically, he can just drop that, or he could have chain lightning, which is sort of like, I think, instant death, and it goes onto people that is near that person into instant death too. So basically, it's just a way to just get rid of everybody in like a single shot. It's really OP. And of course, you have the force dash, which is just he just does like a wee in front. I don't know what to call it, but I call it a wee. I call it a wee. Okay, Nintendo's gonna sue me now. Never mention Nintendo. So that's it for Emperor bleh, Papa Bean. Emperor Papa Bean, man. Apple juice. Next we have Princess Leia. She also has a supply drop. She has a Trooper Bean, which is sort of like the what is this? Oh, this is like an upgrade or whatever. A power up to her gun where she can just shoot somebody with just one shot. Shoot people with just one shot, so it's just like an OP version. It's basically like if her gun went into gear second, and a squad shield, which is like a stronger squad shield than normal people have. It has, I think, more range or smaller range, but it actually lasts longer, so it's more resistant. So that's her stuff. I thought these guys would actually have like a. I thought Leia had an ability to give her health. Like she would drop it and she would get health. But apparently that's not a thing that's here. Apparently all characters except for Luke and Han, I think have like a no. That's not a thing. So not to keep going into Han, Leia's boyfriend slash husband. Um, rapid fire. So basically, he just goes from single shot to just automatic fire in his blaster. Then we have lucky shot, which is like an explosion shot, basically, like an explosive shot, just like bang death, basically. And then what game was that? Oh yeah, that was Nerd Cube GTA 5. Bang death, basically that lucky shot, and of course the shoulder charge, which is just like he runs forward while just like messing everybody up. It was really cool. He's just so hot. So, anyways, next up we have Boba, the coolest character in look, abilities, and just look. That's basically it. He's just the terrible, worst, one of the worst characters in the originals. Anyways, Boba has the wrist rocket, which is just a rocket that he shoots. The flamethrower, which what the flamethrower does. What does the flamethrower do? Uh, the flamethrower is ideal for taking out anyone that may be close by. It is also very effective as you fly through the air, provided you're not too far from the ground. I don't really know. I feel like it should have like a burn ability so it lasts on people. That would actually make it like good, but that's not what they wrote in the article, so I don't know. I don't actually have Battlefront because I don't have a PS4, so I can't play it. And next you have just the jetpack. This is just a jetpack. Next we have Luke, the most one of the most OP characters in the entire game. Uh, he has the Force Push, which is, just a Force Push. He has the Saber Rush, which is like he just goes forward and then just like his sword just swings it around. I'm not gonna sing a song. And then we have the Heavy Strike. Now, what is Heavy Strike? Oh no, this is actually what it is. Saber Rush is like the charge forward, but he actually like swings his lightsaber forward to just take out anybody that's in the arc, I guess. Whereas Heavy Strike is just the bang death, basically. It's not the bang death. It's like he does a 360. He basically turns into a Beyblade. Let's just say that. And then of course we have Darth Saber. Darth Vader. I read the saber on the thing. So, we have the Force Choke. The Force Choke is a really cool attack. It locks onto somebody, and then you can just hold it and just kill that person whilst you're just running around the map doing nothing, just fighting other people. Is really cool. Then we have the Saber Throw. Where he just throws his lightsaber forward and just gets somebody. That was in the original Battlefront, from what I remember. I can barely remember most of the others. And then we have the heavy strike, which is basically the same thing as what Luke has. So yeah, and then we have Greedo and Neon, which isn't actually on this one. They just have the vanilla ones. So Star Wars Battlefront Greedo. Let's look at this Greedo abilities. Check that out. Going on to wikis now. Yeah, 10 minutes already. Anyways, so Greedo has just any grenades basically. Like apparently, from what I've seen through gameplay and stuff, the type of grenade changes by what he's used. So it alternates. So if he's used the thermal detonator on one, then the next time he will have like a let's say the gas grenade basically. So yeah, no, actually it depends on confidence. That's a really weird thing. Confidence. You guys can check this out later on, but anyways, we have the precision shots, which apparently I think is like a lock on. With this ability, Greedo to marks up to 5 opponents, and a short timer is activated. Once the timer has counted down, he shoots them all. His single blast, killing them all. Okay, so it's like Deadeye, whatever it was called in Red Dead Redemption, but really just a lot cooler. And of course, we have high senses, which is what is this? Which highlights enemy players. Barriers. It's basically it's like detective mode. There's a thing in the game that's called scan pulse. That's basically the same thing, but yeah, it's like detective mode that marks people so he knows where he's going. Rito's really cool. I never knew he was this cool, but hey. And next we have Nian on the hero side, and the final character on the hero side uh, so far. So next we have. Hold up. He's currently one of the 2 heroes in the game that have never appeared in the original. Oh, so it was he and Greedo in the original games. That's pretty cool. So we have the rapid pulse cannon, which I think the pulse cannon. Not entirely sure. It's like the I don't know. It's like a scrambler disruptor gun. I think I'm not sure. That like does damage like electricity sort of stuff. It's weird. Well, what's the pulse cannon? What's the pulse cannon? I think it's just like the sniper rifle. To be honest, yeah, I think it's the sniper rifle. That's okay. So I guess that's how that works then. So he has an upgraded version of that. No, he has like a rapid fire version of that. Jeez. I really just okay. Wow. Okay, that is really OP. Um, he has the augmented turret, which is just like a like those turrets that in the game, but are like upgraded than the original version. So basically, if they have like an ability, it's always better than the like basic versions that you unlock and use as the basic troopers. So yeah, and then we have an orbital strike or proximity mines, and it depends apparently on the on the map. So if it's like in a smaller game mode, so like I don't know, a hero hunt, or in like an inside area, I'm not entirely sure. He uses the proximity mines, but if he's outside or in a bigger map, he uses the orbital strike. So that's that. Now, those are all the heroes so far. Let's see what they can do. Now, I feel really bad about this, but I forgot the guy, the Billy D. Williams, I think it's Billy D. Williams. Lando, there we go. Lando. So, possible DLC characters they can add, which I don't think they'll add all of these guys because it would be really unequilibrated. I think that's the word. Because there will be more heroes than villains, which is a bad thing to have. And we have On the hero side, we have Yoda, we have Obi-Wan, we have Lando, and then we have Chewbacca. Those are the heroes that they could add. Another 4 to be already 4 existing ones, so that would make 8 heroes in total um, if they add them. And then we have the villains, which includes what villain haven't they added? I don't think they've like skipped over a villain, to be honest. I feel like they have all the villains, but I'm not entirely sure. I mean, they could have what was his name? The guy that was like the commander of the Death Star. I forgot his name. I don't know why it felt like a Russian name. I have no idea. Where's episode 6? Maybe I'll see him there. What was his name? He's not even here, man. Jeez. I think they have basically all the villains so far, which is one of the bad things about the original ones, is they didn't have that many villains compared to heroes. So, yeah. I think, like, that's all. Other than, as I said, the guy who was the commander of the Death Star. I forgot his name. I'm not sure. What was his name, man? I don't know. Anyways, those are the guys that could be in that in DLC, future DLC. Those 4 heroes. Sadly, I don't think there'll be any more villains, but maybe I'm just skipping over some people because I can't remember. I can't see Greedo in this, so maybe there are other people they could add, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, on to Battlefront 2. Now, Battlefront 2, I think, will include some really cool characters in the episode 1 through 3. Let's go through all of them now. So, on the hero side, let me just take note of this. I'm actually going to take a note. We have Qui-Gon. Then we have Obi-Wan, Anakin. I'm just doing this from just basic knowledge. We have whatever Samuel Jackson's name was in these games. We have not Jar Jar, man. Nobody's ever gonna play as Jar Jar, even if they make him super OP. Nobody's gonna play as him. We have Yoda. We have. I'm not sure if they're gonna include Clone Wars in this. If they do, we can have what was his name? What's that? The guy he trained, the girl he trained in the Clone Wars. What was her name? What am I singing? Jeez. Ahsoka. Yeah, there we go. We can have Ahsoka if they include Clone Wars, but if they don't, then that's a shame. Then we have whatever Samuel L. Jackson's character name was. I completely forgot. Well, not that I completely forgot. I just don't know. that's yeah, that's it. Stop being on Darth Vader. Okay. What was his name? Let me go. This is super unorganized, man. I should do these quicker. We're at 20 minutes, man. Come on. Come on. Mace Windu. There we go. Mace Windu. And I think that's it, to be honest, in terms of heroes. And then on villains, we can have Palpatine or Darth Sidious. I'm just gonna put Darth Sidious because that's a cool name. Darth Sidious. General Grievous. I remember that guy. Grievous. We have, I completely misspelled his name, but who cares? We have Count Dooku. Alright, so, Count Dooku, Then we can have the guy from Phantom Menace. What was it? Darth Maul. So uh, Darth Maul, and will that be equilibrated? I get rid of Ahsoka and Mace Windu, and that'll actually be equal. Um, there's a couple more characters, but I'm not really going through that. So those are all the characters, all the heroes and villains they could have in the prequel uh, series and prequel trilogy in Battlefront 2, and in Battlefront 3, easiest one to have. We can have Poe. Poe is on the hero side along with who's Poe? Let's see. I know there's such a character as Poe. Yeah, Poe. We can have Poe, Finn, and Rey. Maybe like I don't know, Luke and Leia and Han, Chewbacca. If they try and pull that off, I guess. Then we can have Kylo Hux, General Hux, Snoke. So like Emperor Palpatine, and some other people as well as Jakku and everything as maps. And Tatooine? I don't know. So those kind of characters, and then in the prequel Battlefront 2, you can have like Tatooine and all those other places. Like what was it? Like I actually have these. I have that in my bookmarks. At least I think I have that in my bookmarks. I'm not entirely sure. No, it's not in my bookmarks from what I can see. So, sadness. Anyways, those are characters that they could have, and of course, different maps, different abilities, and everything like that. A lot of lightsaber users, if they do what I think they're gonna do in this game, in Battlefront 2, a lot of lightsaber users. We have Mace Windu, we have Yoda, we have Ahsoka. Pretty much every character has lightsaber of some kind. Um, I don't, maybe not Palpatine, but yeah, everybody here uses a lightsaber. It's weird, including Qui-Gon and everything. So it's kind of interesting. So yeah, that's what I think in terms of heroes, what they're gonna do. Of course, different abilities and whatnot, and I think it's gonna be mainly the same thing. Of course, the like player characters will change depending on the game. So, of course, original Battlefront had the Stormtroopers and the Rebel Alliance. Then the second game will have the Clone Troopers and the droids, or yeah, droids. And then in the third one, we'll have the Rebel Alliance and the Stormtroopers again. Basically, I don't think they will add anyone. Maybe for just old time's sake, they'll add like droids or something. So in the movie, so it'd just be like a freeway battle. I think that would be pretty cool. But anyways, what do you guys think of this? Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's not cool? What are your thoughts on the Battlefront series? Tell me down in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe as well as comment. Hopefully, I'll have like another video, like a One Piece video or something up later on. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. See ya in the next video. Bye!